My wallet is sobbing. I can hear it. I can hear it in the hall now. It is breaking down, crying.
It turns out that Attila, the arrogant so-and-so, he's got a fake hammer.
Oh, a fake?
Yeah.
Whoa.
As I say, dick.
Welcome to episode 127 of the Horror Legions podcast. We're back after a short little break for holidays, but it's just me and Mal this week. Just me and Mal. I mean, you know, it's me and Mal, the dream team. Rich is in North Wales.
Sometimes get Rich involved. Sometimes. Yeah.
Rich is in North Wales visiting his mum for the week. And I was there last week on my travels across UK on my holidays. And I can confirm their phone reception isn't the best up in that particular corner. So, you know, I understand that connection issues aren't the best when he's up there. So, especially when his mum doesn't have Wi-Fi. So, all good. And what we're going to do this week is just have a little recap of any news that's happened, which isn't, I mean, there's been stuff, but it's not super loads of news or anything. I guess that's going to ramp up now in the runway, the rampway into Legion's Con. And then we're going to do some of the stories that Jeremy dropped. The great week of lore drops. He did do it on his Mythic Customs channel as well on YouTube. You read through the whole stories, so you may have already listened to that.
It was a really good reading as well, I've got to say. Yeah, he did a really good job with it. I really enjoyed listening to it. And
it's we're going to do our own little way of doing it. If you're familiar with us, you know, in the ballpark how we try and do it, a little bit like audiobook style if we can. So if you want to catch all that bit, we're going to just put this first bit up on YouTube, where it's me and Mal chatting a little bit about the news, and then we're going to sign off. And the audio podcast is where the rest of the stuff is, because you don't want to see audio of us just reading the story, looking down at iPads or screens or whatever. And that won't be too interesting to watch. And I don't have time to edit all pictures and make a nice animation and stuff, you know, if if it was my job, maybe. So I think that's what's going to work out best. So go, for once, if you watch it in YouTube and you're interested in listening to stories, go and seek out the audio podcast. Spotify hosts it, and it's on all the major podcast platforms and linked in the description of the video here if you're watching on YouTube. So you can get all the lovely links down there. And subscribe to the channel. We don't often say that, but do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're on there. We're on the road to 500. I'd say the slow road to 500, but we're more than halfway there. So, you know, nice organic growth over the time. It's a very niche topic, so you know we don't expect to get the 1 million subscribers at any stage. But you know, the Horsemen do have a good couple of thousand. So you know, if we can get a portion of that eventually on the show, that'd be pretty cool. So I've been traveling across UK, Mal, and a little bit into Ireland for a couple of days. Got caught by the storm on the way back from the ferry.
Okay, yeah.
My ferry got cancelled because I was on the fast ferry, which, you know, sometimes when you book stuff to be quicker, it ends up not being quicker. So we got put on the slower ferry, but it was okay. Had to drive through the storm, but the ferry was okay. And I've had a great time in the UK. In fact, got so used to speaking English to everyone that when I was back here yesterday sitting in the garden and my wife's brother came over, I was like, oh crap. Well, not crap, I mean it was nice to see him, but I was like, oh shit,
I know what you mean.
We're not speaking English here anymore.
Yeah. How did the kids find it?
He did most of the talking.
So I know the kids, you tend to speak English with the kids at yours anyway, but how did they find it?
Oh, they love it. You can see their confidence is even higher because there's just such certainty. Yeah. So, you know, if they want anything in a restaurant or, you know, if they are or if in the hotel or somewhere they want to get in like an extra piece of ice for their drink or something, they just run off and ask. And, you know, it's a great kind of luxury to have. Whereas over here, you know, if the waitress speaks French or something, they're just not going to, you know, even if they know they're learning French, but they don't have the confidence to go up and ask for stuff unless they're really sure of it. But
you've probably answered this before, but do they also speak German as well then?
Yeah. So school is through German until secondary, so it's high school in the EU. and they learn French as well as they go along. And then a lot of Luxembourgish is also... Luxembourgish is kind of the kind of glue language in school. And then German is what the stuff is taught through. But still, if some of the stuff is explained in Luxembourgish as well. And then they do learn German, French, and maths are the kind of main subjects in primary school. Plus all the other...
German, though, isn't she? So at home...
No, she's a German teacher. But she's
right,
Luxembourgish,
sorry.
yeah. So.
Right, okay. So.
But she claims her German is like native level for her. And it's better than her English. But her English, I would drop her into Ireland and no one would notice. So she has those three. And then she speaks French, but she claims to not like it and claims to be bad at it, but I've never seen her have too many problems when it came to it. But I suppose just this part of the world, people are used to speaking more than one language, and in this little small country here with a lot of big countries around it that speak different languages, they all how do you survive over the years? You learn to speak to all the different big countries around in their own language and you get stuff done. So I think that's how it's developed, And then there's, most people can have a bit of a decent grasp of English. They all learn it in secondary school, but, some people are really keen to learn it because, it's maybe the language of the world, the wider world, and they want to go abroad, or, they're into pop culture, music, all that kind of stuff. So they have a head start in it already. And now with the internet today, if you want to look at, although on YouTube they have this automatic dubbing, which I believe isn't great, but it works, if you just really want to get the information. So, maybe someday we won't need to learn any other language. We'll just use technology, but it seems a bit impersonal,
Yeah, for sure.
So it was great, and we got nice weather in the UK. Can you believe that? And I believe there's a Scorchio this week, so I'm glad we missed that.
Yeah, it's 20. The Americans sit listening. It's not that hot, but it's 27. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
80 something, Celsius, 83 or something. Yeah.
And then tomorrow it's now up to 34. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we have pretty warm here, but I don't know. We get that more often than you guys, I would say. So it's not as big a deal, but yeah.
Well, I think the biggest problem in the UK and why we complain so much about it is nothing's built for hot weather. Nothing is designed to cope with hot weather. We have brick buildings with insulation everywhere. We don't have aircon most places. It's why I go into the office when it's this hot, because there is aircon. You go to most hot countries, in the Mediterranean, and I'm guessing Luxembourg's the same. It's a lot of you've got the blinds for when it gets hot in the afternoon, and terracotta floors and walls and things like that.
We don't have carpets, basically. If you do have a carpet, it's actually what they call a carpet is usually just this rug that might be in the middle of the floor on a tiled floor, or maybe a wooden floor, but for the most part it's tiled floors. And those metal shutters, they're pretty much standard here. They'll give you, if it's really hot, they'll give you a good week where it doesn't get too hot in the house. And then at that point, you just can't keep if it's too hot overnight, you can't keep the heat out eventually. But it still won't be like sauna levels, which I can imagine over there it can be.
And that's the thing with the humidity, don't we? We have a lot of humidity. So.
But the one hotel we had to stay in Ireland, because we arrived late into Dublin, and so we stayed up in Dublin rather than driving back to where I'm from that night. And I wanted to visit a couple of my relations in Dublin. They would be my dad's brothers and sisters, so they're in their 80s and 90s now, and they hadn't seen the kids in ages. So we spent the morning visiting them. So it was good to stay in Dublin. But that hotel, I didn't check, and they didn't have aircon in the rooms. Pretty modern hotel, no aircon, and the one window opened 3 inches maybe. And it was cold in Ireland. It wasn't that warm. It was it was 15 to 20 degrees maybe. But it was like a sauna in the room overnight, even with that window open and, the temperature dropping. So, you need aircon in a hotel, whatever about, we don't have aircon as standard in the houses, but hotels, definitely should have it.
Well, and yeah, I was going to say half the hotels don't have it either, do they? So, or
No.
more than half of them don't.
A lot, yeah, a lot don't, yeah. But if you can open the window fully and it's not that cold at night, then
Yeah. But that's
okay.
then the other thing, isn't it? A
Yeah.
lot of them do have it, so you can only open it a little crack, if at all, because of
if at all, yeah.
concerns, I guess, over what accidents could happen. But
Yeah. We take no liability.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly that.
So anyway, a bit of Legions news before we get on to the stories. We better save our voices for that recording. In stock and shipping now. So there's a couple of things going on, but the first thing to pop up was, so this is going to be for the summer while stock lasts. Bunch of the past or more recent Legions waves going back to All-Stars 5. Is that in the bottom left, Mal?
I think so, yes. Yes, because it's the plus one, isn't it?
Yeah, we got some Cosmic 1 and Cosmic Wave 2 figures. And 3. So the first 3 waves of Cosmic.
Yeah.
Poxus Wave. The Armory Knights, they've been there all the time as well, but the Poxus Wave is new.
I think they've added a couple of...
have they?
I might be wrong, but I'm sure they've added a couple back on to the...
So check that out if you're interested in. I'm sure you have already. The Retailer Wave, the more recent, the previous one, is it the Hagnon and Lee J? That was the first Retailer Wave, wasn't it? So
yes,
they have a few limited amount of those, which were originally at retailers, but I guess the Horsemen got some maybe customer service stock or whatever, for the retailers, basically, I suppose. So they're up there. I don't know. I'm going to check now. They're still there, yeah. So they're still
loads of stuff still there. Yeah, I had a little look before we started.
And then ATL 25. It was a great figure.
Excellent figure.
Yeah, if you want to army build kind of soldiery looking dudes or space marines or whatever. And the Elephant Ganesha. He's also up there, and the Headhunter, the second one, the Zolocon exclusive from this year.
Yeah.
So, the standard version. Oh, and of course the Heavy Gunner, I see him there in the middle, one of my favorites, Cosmic. He's been available though, I think, for a long time.
Yeah, for a little while, but again, excellent figure. Colours are awesome, aren't they, on him? So.
Yeah. So that was that, and then there was also this sale, which one of them was this past weekend, Test Shots. So the 9th of August and the 16th of August at 10 a.m. So that's Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. What did that work out at here? 3 o'clock, was it? For you, Mal?
Yes, 3 o'clock it was, yeah.
4 o'clock then for most of the rest of Europe.
Yeah.
So they had a bunch of test shots this weekend. They've sold out, but they didn't sell crazy fast. I mean, some did, but others didn't. And it was a Necronominous Wave and
a Valiant Knight was in there. A couple of the
the War of the Aetherblade game.
War of Aetherblade, yeah. And it was probably the ones everyone would expect sold out first. And I think
Reinforcements Wave 2 was in there. Boreas from All-Stars 5 to Mistras. Figure Obscura Father Christmas, that was an interesting one. Did he come with the soft goods as well?
I think so, yeah.
I saw the Calazir did, and the Calazir soft goods was even
most of them,
pretty much the same as you got with the actual figure, same colours and everything.
Yeah. And Necronominous looks like he did as well.
So that was actually Poxus Wave. Sorry, so the last one was Poxus Wave wasn't. Okay.
So, Poxus definitely came with his soft goods.
So more importantly, then. I guess for our purposes now this weekend, so if you're listening to this and it goes out on the Friday before, this is your advance warning from us. Necronominous Wave, the Cosmic Legions Grave Knight Wave, that's the one with Novi and Lean, right?
Yeah.
Walter the Mad figures, so both of them. The Vorgus Vermilius 2, so those figures from Legions Con that year. Stavros the Unwavering, and 3 Figure Obscura, so Sun Wukong, Monkey King, Mask of the Red Death, and Ghost of Jacob Marley. So I didn't go near last weekend's one.
No, same.
Are
There
you
wasn't really
interested in
anything.
anything coming up, or?
Yeah, there's a few in this one that I'll see. I'm not desperate for them, but it'd be nice. Would be nice, but not desperate. So I might try for a couple this weekend, but I won't be gutted if I miss out, that sort of thing. You can probably guess Novian Lean's going to be one of them.
Yeah, he'd be a cool one to have. Yeah, I have a Lord Bardrick. I think that's probably, I'm going to leave it at that. He's one of my favourite figures.
That's
it's cool
same
to have
for
him.
me with Novian Lean. That's why I quite like him. But again, if I don't get him,
But yeah, I wouldn't go down the road particularly of collecting these because they're very rare. And the other thing is, I would say they're more limited edition unpainted samples than true test shots. I mean, test shots to me are the ones that they actually use to configure and,
oddly coloured and all
that. And there might be only one or two of them or three, whereas these are a batch that I think maybe 20 seems to be the number, maybe for them. So it's more of a limited edition, kind of very limited edition.
I think
if you're into that, that's awesome.
I think it's one of those, isn't it? It started out as perhaps more actual test shots, but it's become a bit of a thing within the what do you call it? The catalogue of what the Horsemen do, hasn't it? And whilst they're by no means the same as finished figures, they're close in terms of. I imagine it's stuff run through to check the tooling's all right and spot on. It's the last thing, so
So, I got my retailer All-Star 6 bill in through the email for 400 euros for my extras. I didn't realize I ordered that many, so I was like, ouch. So probably won't keep many of them now, but
well, I ordered if you've got an extra what's his name, the one I ordered, one of the Templars, I'd be tempted to take him off.
Oh, okay. But, I think I got two extra Thrasis and two extra, I think, the Templar. Yeah, so maybe we can do a deal on that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we could work something out.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sure it'll be easy to get rid of.
Oh yeah, they're flying off the shelves everywhere. I think Big Bad's sold out and all sorts, isn't it? So
and then this last thing I thought was interesting. So this is the Four Horsemen did a sculpt for this Mr. Beast lab figure. FA26 is the name figure. So this is a retail line from a YouTube creator called Mr. Beast. People might know him. He had, my kids definitely watch his videos from time to time, and they watch that. Was it Beast Games on Amazon Prime? He had a kind of a show where people do all these challenges for money. Yeah, it's a particular type of content. It's pretty outrageous. Sure. He started, his very first video was him counting to like an abnormally large number in sequence, and the video was like 24 hours long or something like this. Right. It was like counting to 1 million or something. I can't remember exactly. So that's the kind of content. But very well produced these days because he has lots of money from his success. So anyway, this is a cool looking figure. I mean, it's a more kids toy type level of stuff. So don't expect the Legions level paint jobs on this or anything. But just in terms of design and sculpting, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
I mean, I must admit, I saw this and I thought, I could be tempted because expecting maximum £20, maybe a bit more than that. It's a bit of, like you say, it's fun, it's big, it's colourful. I could be tempted to pick it up.
Yeah, so George from Four Horsemen was on the panel on SDCC, so that's why they popped this up to kind of promote his appearance on that panel. It's pretty much similar along the lines of when Four Horsemen did sculpting or does sculpting for other companies like Super 7 or whatever, it's the same type of thing. So it's not Four Horsemen releasing this figure with them, it's Four Horsemen, for hire. That's how so there was lots of course, comments on the post about, people that don't like Mr. Beast for X, Y, and Z reason, and because he, doesn't treat his staff well or whatever, all that kind of stuff that's, rumbled around about him, whether it's true or not. And I think the Horsemen, that wasn't really their intention with putting it up. It was more just to say, you know, we've been hired to do this cool job, and you know, the customer is the customer. You know, it's not really about that. But yeah, it's the internet, so that's what happens. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
yeah. So Horror of Einsamall, the pre-order finished as well in the meantime. Did you double dip or go back, or
No,
order?
well, I stuck with my all in, and then as I think the last show I said I'd bought a couple of the imp scale. I have from Big Bad, then pre-ordered another couple of the imp scale and another. I keep wanting to call him Frothvar. It's not Frothvar, is it?
It's
I'll have his name.
Halvard, isn't it?
Halvard.
Yeah.
I'll have his name right by the time we're reading the story.
Halvard, yes.
But yeah, another one of him, because it dawned on me he's got brilliant. I love his build.
Yeah.
I love his parts, and I hadn't got a second one to play with. I was going to do an all-in from the UK retailer, but I saw the price of it. Was like, oh, that feels expensive, especially because they don't include the accessory pack. That's
Yeah.
the other thing. I've ordered a second accessory pack because I think it's a very cool accessory pack this time.
Yeah, so the retailer price for the standard figure seems to be $55 now.
Yeah.
Now the Euro retailers' prices were very good, but I think the exchange rate's good now in terms of
Yeah, which
Euro
is what
terms,
makes
and
the
they
UK one hard
always-
to swallow.
yeah, they were always bad like that. They just they did the exchange rate on a 1-to-1 basis, whereas the Euro guys do it on a real basis. So
Yeah.
I think the standard figures worked out at 48 euros something, which is pretty good. So yeah, that's interesting. The usual ones, the German ones, particularly good. Mighty Underground and Figuren Lager, they'd be my two big recommendations for Euro retailers. So go for them if you're interested. Right, shall we get on with the stories then before this runs on too long? And
Let's
we'll
do
be
it.
back next week with Rich to catch up with him and see what's going on in the world of Legions. So, if you, as I said, if you're watching the video to catch the rest of the story, go on the audio version. Blame me for not putting the video version up, but you know, it is what it is.
It's fair enough. It would take a lot of editing for the video for something like this.
Exactly, yeah. So, cheers. And although I don't use copyrighted music, sometimes they copyright some of the sound effects and stuff. It's just YouTube can be a bit of a mine for that. So, anyway, cheers.
Stay safe out there. And don't let the Horror of Einsamall get you.